What's up, guys? It's Michael Fleming at Innovate Dental Marketing coming to you today to talk about our email marketing campaign. If you're watching this video, it's because you either received an email, you clicked on an ad, and maybe you were driven from our website to learn more about our $299 email marketing campaign. So I just wanted to throw together a quick video to talk about how we're doing this and how you can use it to best communicate with your existing patients at your practice. Because here's what's going on. I think over this last few years, we've been really utilizing email marketing for traditional marketing, right? To talk about products and services that you can be offering. So for example, hey, we've got this Invisalign event, and if you show up at this event, we can give you $500 off that event or off that treatment. Or maybe we've got some creative financing options, whatever that is. But how we've been utilizing the email marketing campaign over this last 6 months with a few of our clients, and which has really driven some success, and which is why we're offering this right now, is kind of transitioning it from just solely marketing into patient communication. And what I mean by that is think of like a newsletter format, right? I don't know if you've ever done newsletters for your practice or for your patients, but this is what we've started to do with a few of our clients, is started to use it as a newsletter to really communicate current events with your patients, right? Because this is who these emails are going out to, is your patients, right? And so think of utilizing this tool as a way to talk about your continued commitment to your patients and what you're currently doing and continually doing to provide the best care and best service that you possibly can for your patients. So for example, how often are you doing continuing education events and continuing education credits to continue your craft and to continue to sharpen your saw, kind of using Covey's language there right now, to really ensure great commitment for your patients, right? Another way to use this would be kind of current events, like what's happening around your practice. Do you have any staff changes? Do you have any staff updates? Do you maybe have like a staff birthday? Or maybe someone's getting married or having a child or whatever, but really kind of creating that connection between the practice and what you're doing at the practice with your patients, right? Because oftentimes I think what happens is you have this relationship with your patients, and if they're doing their job, they're showing up twice a year for their hygiene appointments, as well as maybe another 1 to 2 times per year if they're following up on treatment, right, on production treatment or their production plan. But oftentimes what winds up happening is me as a consumer, for example, I'll go in, I'll get my cleaning, and then peace out. I'll see you in 6 months at my next appointment, right? As opposed to if you've got this tool to continue to drip information, it keeps that human connection, right? So the next time I come in, I feel like I've got that connection, right? So whether it's the continuing education credits, for example, I've got one of my friends back in Oregon who just went to one of these COIS courses up in Seattle. This was a really big deal for him, and to be able to share that with his patients was a really big deal, because not only was it a great accomplishment for him, but the things that he was learning, it really helped improve his craft and build his confidence, and it really showed what it boiled down to was his commitment to provide superior care for his patients. And I think this is really where this continues to grow in that newsletter format of building that community. This person uses the word tribe, I love it, but really keeping that connection with your community or with your tribe, right? Like, this is what I'm doing. If I'm the doctor, this is what I'm doing to provide this excellent care for you, right? And what other outlets do you have to do that? Oftentimes people will have that on a static web page, and is that sufficient? Is it not? Who knows? If I wind up on that web page, sure it is, but how often are your own patients winding up on your own web page, right? So that you might have that information already, but unless it's being spoon-fed to them and dripped to them on a regular recurring basis, on a regular cadence, even though that information exists on the website, it may not be entering their conscience, right? Another way, I'm looking at my whiteboard over here because I took some notes. Community events. This is another massive opportunity. I know so many of our clients, and you probably have a connection with your community, whether it's through school, whether it's through church, whether it's through personal groups, whatever that is, the Better Business Bureau, who knows? There's so many different ways. What are you doing in your community to be able to share with your patients, to let them know how committed not only you are to their care, but also to your community as a whole? So the $299 email marketing campaign, sorry, I keep looking at my notes over here, my cheat sheet. What that encompasses, the way that we've kind of built this out is, it's in a newsletter format. It's going out once per month. We talked about doing, twice a month or even 4 times a month, and we've done that with marketing, so we can still totally do that, right? But the way that this is built is really one communication per month that feels sustainable from the feedback that we've been getting from our clients, and it's going to include all of these different things, right? And it's really going to be custom. This isn't we're not selling a template that you're just going to enter some information. Like, we're going to do all of this, right? So for $299, this is a custom email that's going to go out to all of your patients. So we literally craft your content based on the desired objective that you've got. Because here's the other deal too. In addition to the newsletter format, we can also fold in offers as well. So if you had some financing options to really encourage people to follow up on their existing treatment plan, or maybe you've got an Invisalign or other products or services that you're looking at doing, we can fold those in as well. But this is really meant to be a connection with you and your community. And so envision, this newsletter format where it starts with, you talking about, hey, community connection. We were at the local Baptist church, and we were handing out free toothbrushes at that event. And then it moves on, and maybe we've got Susie, the hygienist, just had a birthday, so it's a picture of her with some balloons. And then maybe we've got another one where it's like, hey, I just did this awesome continuing education for my CE credits, and this is what it means to you. Another one that is a big one that we just did recently was one of our clients just purchased a 3D cone beam scanner. And obviously you know what that means to you, but do your patients know what that means to them? So this was an opportunity for them to really kind of take that down to that 4th grade education level, where it's like, you know what x-rays are, and this is kind of like x-rays, but this is kind of like x-rays on steroids, where we can really hone in and see specific and much finer detail, right? So that people can understand that, and also then turn it into value to them as far as what that looks like. And then, the next section could be, hey, have you ever thought about Invisalign or teeth straightening before? We're gonna have this Invisalign event next Tuesday between 6 and 8 p.m. And if you show up, we're offering $500 off treatment if you show up to that event, whatever. But that would be kind of the layout, and that's what we're thinking here. Obviously, we've got real life examples that we can share with you to give you ideas, or if you've got ideas and you've always wanted a newsletter, because that's one thing that I do know in our 16 years of experience is that there's a lot of people that have either done newsletters in the past, like think old print newsletters where it was like trifold and mail out, or they wanted to do newsletters because they see a tremendous amount of value of keeping that connection with their existing patients, but they really haven't. Even a lot of them turn into one and done, right? Where they started that newsletter and then they realize how much work went into it, and they're like, we don't really have the bandwidth to be able to do this month after month after month. As opposed to with this, there's not all of the hard labor of the folding of the paper and mailing that out, right? And we can create the content for you. So there's really not many excuses to do it. We just need to be able to have maybe 15 minutes of your time once a month where we can really sit down and get the details as far as what kind of content you're gonna want in that email. And then boom, it's off, it's done. The only thing we need from you is your ideas for content. We'll create the content, right? So you think high level, and then we'll fill in the gaps, and then B, the email list, and then we'll mail that all through Constant Contact, right? So we'll create a Constant Contact account for you, we'll set that up, and then we'll create the content for you and get that mailed out. So it really, since we're doing all of the work, it makes your life so much easier, where it's like, it's not work for you, it's actually an opportunity to shine. It's an opportunity for you to tell your community how committed you are to their care, and we'll do all the work for you. And it's only $299 a month. So if you're interested, and if you're still watching right now, you're probably interested, so just click on the link below. We will reach out to you and start that communication. It's super easy. We do all the work. It's not gonna be much work for you at all. The only thing we'll ask for is 15 minutes of your time via phone, so we can actually talk through, because we'll have a sheet of questions to make your time incredibly useful. And we will be quick and to the point, and then we're done. After 15 minutes, we're done with your time. That gets emailed. Then I guess that's the other thing we would need from you, is you email us your email addresses from your system, or have your OM do that for us. And then that's it. And then once a month, we're just connecting every 15 minutes, creating new content, and keeping that connection with your community. Reach out, click the link below. We'll be in contact with you soon, and look forward to helping keep that connection with your community. Take care. Thank you.